Hi everybody, welcome back inside the hangar. The opening game was a Lady Jets win. Final score of 86-66. And now the guys trying to match what the ladies did. Albany Tech coming in with a 3-1 mark, 8-9 overall, 3-1 in conference play. Jets just a tad under 500 as we take a look at the five who will be on the floor first. Got a couple of Williams, Miles, and Brandon for Albany Tech. Hill, Jefferson, and Jones. Meanwhile, on the other side of the floor, it is Ewing, Bartles, Dixon, Fitzgerald, and Brown starting things for the Jets. Opening tip. It is grabbed by Ewing. And we've got your second of two underway. Three-pointer not there for Bartles. And it'll be the Titans with the basketball. First meeting between these two this year, unlike the ladies who have already met prior to today. And the reason for them having met and the men not is because the men played twice, the ladies thrice. Fitzgerald dropping in the first two. Hill giving it back to Jefferson. Contact down low on the Hill drive. Out of bounds, though, without a foul. Having last touched a Jet. Out of the corner, Hill. And he'll get bumped from the front and back. Let's see who picked up the foul. Bartles. That'll be the first on Bartles. And it will put Hill at the strike. Hill, a 78% free throw shooter. The number one scorer in the GCAA and number 3 in the nation. Averaging 26 a game. Knocks down both, ties us up at 2. Jets, after back-to-back conference wins, took a trip up north to Rome, Georgia. Losing to Georgia Highlands by 7. So with that 2-3 mark in the conference, everything becomes a little more significant conference play-wise. Williams out front to Jefferson. In an air ball, we'll give it back to the Jets. Put in play to Dixon. Ewing to Bartles. Back over to Bartles, the number 1 rebounder in the conference, and he's got bucket number 1 for Bartles, 2 for the Jets. Turns it into a 4-2 game. Three ball off the rim for Jones. And on the drive by Williams, foul committed. It'll be on Dwight Brown, his first. Albany Tech, as I mentioned, coming in 3-1, but the games against the top-tier teams in the conference, South Georgia State and Georgia Highlands, postponed because of the snow. So they haven't faced those powerhouses yet like the Jets have. And by the way, South Georgia State now ranked in the top 25. Fitzgerald couldn't get it to fall, wrapped up by Williams. Offensive the call. It'll be charged to Jalen Jefferson. The next time these two teams meet will be in March. Exactly a month from now, March 1. And obviously they'll be playing in Albany on the 1st of March, playing in Americus on the 1st of February. Ewing, right side, Martellus, a little too strong. Headed the other way is Hill with it. And he'll lay it up and in. Matt Mabali checking into the game for the Jets. Dixon giving it over to Fitzgerald, who shoots the three. Off the rim, Martellus tips it to Hill. And Hill will back it out, then give over to Brandon Williams. Put in play to Ewing. Fitzgerald missed the first, makes the second from long range. Sent down the floor and stolen away by Fitzgerald. A long wingspan, able to get to it. Hands it over to Dixon. Got into traffic, lost it. Fitzgerald gets it. Trying to get it into the corner to Martellus, tipped out of bounds. And that's got us to the media timeout. Got the music playing and the hand up indicating media break, but the officials yet to officially make it happen. And now they say, oh yeah, forgot about that. Media break at the 15.5-minute mark.
To South Georgia Technical College, where we make it happen.
Whether your dream is to become a welder, a nurse, a restaurant owner, electrician, or aircraft mechanic, South Georgia Technical College can help you make it happen. SGTC has over 200 associate degree, diploma, and technical certificate of credit programs of study available. Visit our website at southgatech.edu for more information or to apply, or call 800-928-0283.
So what are you waiting for? Let's make it happen.
I believe that is the mother to Joshua Langfels, watching the game from the very top row here at the hangar in Americus. Had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Langfeld last time we were here, which I think was last Saturday. Don't hold me to it. I'm not sure what I had for breakfast this morning, can't remember. So I'm not sure, about a week ago. Actually, I can't remember breakfast. Had a McMuffin this morning from McDonald's on the trip in. Hill putting up the jumper. Well, there's a reason he scores 26 plus a night. Speaking of Joshua Langfels, he has checked into the game for the Jets. Offensive foul on Ewing. That'll be the first on Ewing. In play to Tiandre Summons. Now in for Albany Tech in a 7-apiece game. Into the corner, Fitzgerald launches the three off the rim. Hill with the rebound. That is Williams splashing in the three. Lead climbs to 5 for the Titans. Fitzgerald to Langfels. Comes out of the corner. Hands it to Ewing. Got the jam tip Mapali off the Ewing pass. Laid in on the other end of the floor by Williams. Well, early in this one, you got the makings of an offensive Donnybrook. Highest in a single game for Albany Tech, 124. That was intended for Mapali. It'll go out of bounds and will belong to Albany Tech. And the highest single game performance by the Jets was 89 against East Georgia State. But in play to Hill, back it goes to Gregory Jones. Williams to Hill, and Hill trying to get around the corner. And you'll have a foul, an offensive one on Miles Williams. That is Daryl Bond into the game for the Jets. Mapali, 4 in the game for the 6'11" Mapali from Cameroon. Williams into the paint, left side. Mapali, the defender. Pod's got the board, threads the needle. Langfels walked with it. And it'll be Albany Tech basketball. Given down to Hill. Hill lays it up and in. Also into the game, Elix Yakiman for the Jets. Out of the corner, Langfels. On top side, give goes to Yakiman. Fires over to Brown. Yakiman from the corner. 3 ball. Jets trim it to 2. Turnaround shove by Jones to the glass. And I believe there was a foul on the play. Let's see who committed the personal. I guess we will see after the timeout. There we go. It is Yakiman picking up his first personal at the 11:51 mark.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
I am reading lips. Stay. No, I'm going to go kick that boy's butt for putting me on camera on the other side of the floor. Okay, maybe. I'm hoping my lip reading is way off. Jones at the stripe in a 17-14 game. He'll go 2 of 2. Bot in play to Yakiman. Yakiman sending it to Matija Vucic, now in the game, as Mabali has come out. Jefferson directing traffic. Poked into the corner. Thorns firing down low to Jefferson. And that'll go off Jefferson and out of bounds. And the Jets with an opportunity to tie or take the lead. Here with 11:06 to play in the half. By the way, I mentioned in the opening game, working on a new computer, don't have everything transferred over, so my halftime content limited, but I found way back in a folder the commissioner of the GCAA, Dave Elder. Not sure what the conversation was about, didn't watch the interview, but I think it probably has a little football mixed in, but probably some additional pertinent info. So that's what we've got for you at halftime. Our conversation with Dave Elder. You never sit down with Dave Elder and learn absolutely nothing. Out of bounds off the Jets. Put in play by Jefferson. Top side to Williams. Into the paint, feeds down low. Jefferson lost it. Got it back out of the corner. Thorns. Rebounded by Summons. From the top of the key, Jefferson off on the 3-pot with it. Dixon with a miss. Tipped by Brown. Eventually Williams with it, gives to Jefferson. Gets ahead of the pack and lays it in. Tipped away from Ewing, but He's able to go and get it back. Down to Pod. Off the glass. Thorns with a rebound. Ewing on his back briefly on the other end of the floor. Check the lip to see if it was bleeding. Hops up and heads to the Jet end of the floor. Williams over to Jefferson. And Jefferson the drive. Williams gets the board. Stepping out of bounds with it is Summons. So it'll be put in play from the corner. Nine minutes to go in the half. And a reminder, if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. New goal, 5,700. Trying to get that this week. Fitzgerald rattling in another three. That is his second of the game, 8 total for Fitzgerald. Short-term goal, 5,700. Goal by the end of the year, 10,000. Hey, maybe one day $1 million. Out of bounds off Vucic. And it'll be Albany Tech basketball. Jefferson to put it in play. From the top of the key, Williams with a miss, rebounded by Martellus. Into the corner. Fitzgerald wanted a third three. Martellus the putback. Jets claim the lead by 1. Into the corner goes Jefferson, lost the grip briefly. That is Thorns taking it into the paint. Rebounded by Jones. Eventually Ewing winds up with it. Given down low to Dixon. Ewing able to get it back. And there's a kick mixed in somewhere. That'll get us to the media timeout. Next to the last one of the half. 7:14 to play. Half number 1. Jets by a point. Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Right about 7 minutes to play in the half. Jets with a 1-point lead. Fitzgerald to Dixon, backs it out. Shot clock at 2. Got to get it off soon, and he won't. Albany Tech will have it. Williams across the mid part of the floor. Given out front to Jones. Hill, Bartellus reached in, and Hill knocked down. Let's see if it is Bartellus that got the foul. No, it'll be Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald picking up his first.
Number 28, Fitzgerald, his first, team 6.
And that is the second on the Jets. Laid in by Jones. Lead seesawing back over to the visitors. Into the ball game for the Jets is Zion Briggs. Dixon. They had a couple of Jets who didn't know if the pass was intended for them. Dixon throwing it out of bounds. You had Bartellus and Briggs. Semi in the neighborhood. Dixon coming out of the game. Yakiman back in. Hill with a handoff. Williams from the left side. Feeds down low off the glass for Ladarius King. Briggs hard pass. Bartellus able to get it. And then draws the Williams foul. Back over goes to Yakiman. Bartellus lobbing, trying to get it to Vucic. Tip to Briggs. Takes it in amongst the trees, misses. Hill's got it. That is 12 relatively quiet Hill points in the game. I mean, when you can post 12 and really do it without anybody realizing, and you're already halfway to your per game average, then you can understand why that guy's pretty prolific. Into the corner to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, another three. 3 in the game, 11 points total. Drive and score by Williams. From the top of the key, Vucic. Williams down with the rebound. Hand it over to Hill, and then eventually back to Hill from Jones. Jones, top side three. And Briggs will step across midcourt and ask for time. As Albany Tech pushes the lead out to 7. That's members of the Albany Tech ladies basketball team. Loving the music. America's the hanger. David Finley's the guy responsible for all the stuff on PA. Thank you very much, David Finley. A job well done. If you got people bobbing and weaving in the stands, then you're doing your job. Fitzgerald putting it in play to Briggs. As we get close to the 3-minute mark. Yakiman shooting the three. Air ball retrieved by Williams, given to Williams. Miles to Brandon. Yakiman trying to steal it away, tips it out of bounds. Williams off on the three try, wrapped up by Bartelis. Yakiman left of the key. Hands it to Bartelis. Fed over to Dwight Brown back into the game. A little bit short on the Brown try. Hill with it on the other end of the floor. And that'll go out of bounds off of Ewing. Yakiman out of the game and Dixon back in for the Jets. Give it out front to Williams and hand it off to Hill. Standing way out front in the corner. Puts up the jumper from the elbow. It's an air ball. And Jets will have it. The inside 2 to play in the half. Fitzgerald now with 4 threes. Tipped out, heads into the stands, last touched by a Jet. So Albany Tech with possession. Handed to Hill. And Hill, just a little pivot, little Perrier, if you will. And picks up his 14th point. Brown heading into Fitzgerald, given to Dixon. Into the corner to Brown. Brown short on the three. Williams with it. Off the mark, rebounded by Fitzgerald. Trying to get the alley-oop. Bartelis with a miss. Rebounded by Thorns and handed back to Williams. Turnaround jumper, Thorne trying to bank it. Top rebounder in the conference with a rebound. And it looks like the Jets want the last shot of the half. Trying to make it either a 3 or 4 point game. Off the rim by Ewing. And the final shot of the half, no good. So we make it to halftime of 33-27. Albany Tech halftime lead. I mentioned our halftime conversation. We're kind of reaching back, going to an oldie but goodie. A September conversation with GCAA Commissioner Dave Elder. It's our halftime feature with Albany Tech up by 6. I always enjoy our conversations with Dave Elder, the commissioner of the GCAA. Dave, how you doing?
Hey, it's not Monday. That's one thing.
That's right. But is it any different than a Monday?
So far, yes. Yesterday was one of those days, so we'll see. But life's good, man. Can't complain.
We're recording this on a Tuesday. You got all of Tuesday left, so who knows? It could become a Monday before Tuesday's done. But we are delighted to have you with us. And, we're going to talk about a variety of sports, but we might as well, since we're in halftime of a football game, talk about football. There's a new conference in town, the GCAA. Well, not the conference new, but the fact that there is kind of a football conference with Andrew College and Central Georgia Tech involved. And, of course, this game today is Central Georgia Tech and Georgia Military. I like it. Is there more GCAA football coming?
I don't know. We've got any more coming right yet. The only one that possibly could come in, Gordon could move their team from club status up, but no word that they're doing that at this point in time. We haven't had football outside of Georgia Military since the early 2000s, and that's when Middle Georgia had a team. And they had a team for a couple of years and then did away with their football program. So it's been just Georgia Military as our lone football program, and they've run as an independent. Now they're still, all our schools are still listed as independents. I guess we really probably need to look at that from a national perspective and say if Central Georgia Tech and Andrew do stick around, then we've got the GCAA football conference. So we'll see how everything does. It's Central Georgia Tech and Andrew are stepping up. Andrew, brand new. Central Georgia Tech moving from club status. So it's going to be interesting. Both of those new teams got their first victories last week.
So all of the Georgia teams win last week. GMC wins. Central Georgia Tech wins. Andrew College wins. That's a win-win for the GCAA, I would think. I mean, there is some additional publicity involved, too, when you've got more football programs.
Well, it's not only that, the schools, it helps their enrollment. You're adding probably 100-plus kids onto your campus. So there's that enrollment kicker right there. And, I think we'll see how – Central Georgia Tech and Andrew are getting their feet wet right now. I think for them, their schedules are pretty much loaded with prep schools, and they're trying to get it going, get it moving in the right direction, get everything clicking on all cylinders, so to speak. Georgia Military, hey, this is nothing new for them. This, you cover them every week, which we're so appreciative of. I mean, you just came back from Tyler, Texas when they put together a 35-10 victory right there.
As a matter of fact, behind at halftime, and then they poured it on in the second half. Some great football from GMC a week ago, and obviously we are hoping for the same this week. All right, you said if they do stick around, in referencing Central Georgia Tech and Andrew College, does that mean this is kind of an experimental probationary period?
I wouldn't say that's an experimental probation period, but we all know football is very expensive to run. It's not cheap. And that's one reason why Middle Georgia did away with it. They were still paying for football several years later. Now the operations of it have sort of changed a little bit. A lot of schools are really requiring a lot more out of the students as far as financially to cover. So we'll see how it does. But we're excited to have them at this point.
If it does become a conference that declares a champion, what is the process that would be different then as compared to now?
They're playing each other once. I really would like to see them play each other twice. I don't know that that'll happen. We'll see at that point. I'm serving this year on the football committee, so you know as well as I do over the years with all of our sports, who you play matters. And if you're playing NJCAA schools, whether it be Division I or Division III, they're going to look at that a little more favorable than if you're playing a prep school. So, I got a feeling next year both Andrew and Central Georgia Tech will probably have a little stronger schedule.
Can you give us a little insight into how this came to be? Because it really kind of seemingly, from at least an outside observer's perspective, kind of snuck up on us. We didn't know it was going to happen. And then all of a sudden there are two more football programs.
Well, we've been talking about it, but, a lot of times until it's a done deal, until the ink's dried, so to speak, on schools really pulling the trigger and backing and supporting, you just don't want to say, hey, we're going to have football, and then you don't have football. So we pretty much waited till that was a definitive, and I think our schools see the importance of playing in JCAA as opposed to just club.
All right, let's talk about the conference. One school out, that is ABAC. They have now become an NAIA school. So we have seen over the course of the last decade or so, and we've talked about this before, kind of a downsizing in the conference. What do you see in the next couple of years from an overall conference perspective?
Well, ABAC was one of our long-standing members. They've been around 30-plus years. And there's always a dynamic change, Robert. We saw back in the 80s where Georgia and Alabama were together as one conference. Georgia grew, Alabama grew. So those two were split nationally. 5-6 years ago, we were up to 20, maybe it's a little longer than that, 8 years ago. We were up to 22 schools. And then we had mergers. Some schools dropped programs financially from the athletic standpoint. They just dropped the programs. So the one thing that we can't do, we can't create schools. So and then we're also, we have we have 4 members that are of the TCSG, the Technical College System of Georgia. Then the other ones are from the USG, the university system. And then we have a couple of privates. So, we can't go out and create schools. The technical school, their mission is really workforce readiness. Most of them do not have facilities for athletics. As being covering South Georgia Tech in basketball, they created an old plane hangar into a really nice basketball facility. And so most of them don't have those facilities, and those type of things come into play when you're looking at starting athletics. And so if you don't have facilities, that makes it that much harder to have programs. You're dependent upon other people besides yourself. If you do things like that, you better have a contract in place, because that other outside entity could yank the carpet right out underneath your feet at the very last moment. And so there's a lot. You want to be in control of your athletic program, not someone else. And so that's where I don't see our technical schools. A lot of them are not just, and there's nothing wrong with that. They just don't see it as part of their mission. And some that have, and they wanted to do it, but they really didn't jump into the deep water with it. So that's where we lost some of those. Of course, we lost some of our USG schools through consolidation. The financial aspect. If collegiate in academia, if schools' budgets are being cut, then they're looking at everywhere to cut those. And athletics is not exempt from that. So we look at that, we just say, okay, cuts are coming from the state. And so we sit there and say, okay, can we make it through this? And you get to a point where it says, okay, we're working on bare bones right now. And would I love for us to have unlimited schools and unlimited budgets? Yes. But you also got to look at the financial aspect of that. And we have some schools that are sharing services. And so, I don't know where we're going. And then a lot of it is dependent upon the university system of Georgia. They can make a decision, which, I mean, there's nothing that from our end that we can do. And we just got to go along and adapt to that.
You mentioned the fact that Georgia and Alabama in the 80s were a combined region, and that's not totally uncommon. Currently, you've got a Region 23 with Louisiana and Mississippi. Mm-hmm. Do you see maybe a Georgia and South Carolina, because South Carolina is kind of a small region as well? I mean, is that something that could happen in the future?
Well, South Carolina is part of Region 10, which is South Carolina, North Carolina, and the Virginias. We've had discussions, and then it talked about it one time. We had a Zoom meeting, and, you know, what they pay for their region dues and what our schools pay are completely different. And, you know, they were not, didn't want to look at that aspect of that. So you can't force regions to do that. But then again, if a region gets to low numbers, then, you know, national office might have to look at pairing us back up with somebody. Is South Carolina better fit? Is going back to Alabama fit? You know, at this point, we're fine with 11 schools. I think if we were to get down to 6, I think, you know, something like that would probably happen.
Let's talk about championships quickly. And I know the ones that we're involved in: basketball, softball, baseball. Basketball, it always happens at the highest remaining seed after the quarterfinals. The softball is going back to Solid Rock. I learned, and I'm assuming it is now common knowledge, where baseball is going. Is that correct?
Yes, baseball's ABAC, even though they've left, they put in a bid to host the tournament, and the coaches voted to have it there. So we'll be having baseball at ABAC, softball back at Strong Rock outside of McDonough there. And we've been at Strong Rock for a number of years. Last year, both baseball and softball were at Georgia Highlands at their new facility.
Isn't softball following a little different format, though? More teams involved this year?
Everybody's going. They're going to have an opening day there where that way the teams that play, they can here's the thing. You can go into opening day and get beat day one, and you've paid basically your hotel and never used it. You wasted that money. So we're trying to set it up where they're there and at least that is being utilized.
Is there a change in the format for baseball?
No.
All right, so it will remain the same. Lastly, in our last few moments, maybe it is way too early to even tie larger crowds with anything going on nationally, but I've noticed Georgia Military College, the first 2 football games, big crowds. Tyler, last Saturday, big crowd. I knew some JUCO volleyball. They have had much larger crowds to the start of this year. Is there something going on where at the D1 level, you now got professional athletes basically playing football because a lot of them are making some money off what they do? Is it way too early to tie any correlation between these larger crowds and maybe fans wanting that more organic passion for the game player?
Been doing this for 25 years, and I can't really say that one is necessarily tied to the other. I mean, you sit there and look, wife just retired from UGA, and this is her last year of season tickets. And I just noticed where season ticket prices were going up for everybody else. Do these big colleges price themselves out at some point? No, because the people are tied into that, diehards. They're gonna come up with the money somehow. Is it something that people just say, "Hey, I want to see the lower level collegiate athletics"? They feel like it might be a little more pure. That's possible. Are the communities maybe trying to pull their community in a little bit more? That's possible. But I can't see any correlation one way or the other.
Dave Elder, always good talking with you. We will chat again soon, I am sure. And thank you for being our guest at halftime.
Thanks, Robert. And go Dogs. Go Central Georgia Tech. I got to say them both this year. Go Andrew.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, buddy. We'll see you next time.
Second half action gets underway in a 33-27 contest. Taking a look at your lineups. Looks like the same five that began the first half begin the second half. For Albany Tech, you've got Jefferson, Jones, the two Williams, and Hill on the floor. And where South Georgia Tech is concerned, same five that began the first half. Beginning half number 2 as well. With Ewing, Martellus, who jams it in. Dixon, Fitzgerald, and Brown. In a 4-point game, while you saw some of the team stats coming into the second half, let's give you some individual numbers. Top scorers for both teams had 14 rattled in and out for Williams. And that top scorer for the Jets was Fitzgerald. For Albany Tech, it was Hill. Jones, the top rebounder for Albany Tech with 7. The assist leader was Brandon Williams with 2, most time on the floor. Gregory Jones, he never left the floor. Nobody in foul trouble from either side of the floor. Bartolus with a block. Tie ball game and a chance for the Jets to grab the lead. So Ewing to the stripe, trying to break the 33-all ball game. Ewing his first trip to the line. And as a matter of fact, this is the first trip to the stripe for a Jet. They did not shoot a first half free throw. Knotted up at 33. Top rebounder for the Jets, Martellus with 5. Nearly stolen away by Ewing. Hill had Dixon rejected in the paint. Missed shot, battle to get it back. And it is Fitzgerald and Hill, the two top scorers, tying up. And now a little extra conversation going on. And I don't know if that conversation was directed at player or maybe the official. When Gregory Jones stepped in and got a little verbal. 33 each with a timeout on the floor.
South Georgia Technical College, where we make it happen.
Whether your dream is to become a welder, a nurse, a restaurant owner, electrician, or aircraft mechanic, South Georgia Technical College can help you make it happen. SGTC has over 200 associate degree, diploma, and technical certificate of credit programs of study available. Visit our website at southgatech.edu for more information or to apply, or call 800-928-0283.
So what are you waiting for? Let's make it happen.
Rest of your first half stats, tied for the team lead in assists. It was Ewing and Brown for the Jets, both with 2. Most time on the floor for the first half for the Jets, Bartolus. Martellus had 1 more second on the floor than Jordan Dixon. Bench scoring 2 for Albany Tech, 9 for the Jets. Off turnovers, 8 points for the Titans, 7 for the Jets. First half lead changes 5. The game was tied twice in the first half. And the biggest first half lead was 7. And that was the lead at halftime. Stolen away by Williams. And he'll lay it up and in, breaking apart the 33-all tie. Shot over to Fitzgerald behind the back to put it back onto the floor. Dixon able to get to it. Fitzgerald, let's see if that three rhythm on this end of the floor works like it did on the other. Missed the shot, but there is a foul. It will be on a Jet. So possession of the basketball, Albany Tech. Again, if you join us late, Lady Jets winning the opening game tonight by an 86-66 final. Setting up a huge matchup on Monday against East Georgia State. A battle there on the boards and the paint. And eventually Martellus the foul and Williams the trip to the line. Williams a 75% free throw shooter. Albany Tech away from Albany 2-6. Jets here at home 2-4. Matt Mbali into the game for the Jets, as Williams expands the lead to 4. Got a big matchup underway in Douglas, Georgia. Georgia Highlands and South Georgia State are meeting today. So Ewing trying to cap off a 3. Missing from the stripe. But that big matchup, by the way, South Georgia State, unbeaten in conference play. Georgia Highlands once beaten, meeting in Douglas, and that ball game should be at about halftime. Here we are right at 16 away from the end of this one. Just a separation of 2 going to the timeout. Titans put it in play from the far sidelines. It is put in play to Williams. And given to Williams. Miles to Brandon. From the corner. Off on the 3 try is Summons. Wrapped up by Ewing. Drives to the glass, off the window. Lavalley stepping out, trying to retrieve. Well, this one got off to a bang. The scoring in the first couple of minutes would tend to indicate an offensive showcase turns now into a defensive struggle. A 37-35 game. Fitzgerald giving it to Dixon. Feeds to Mapali, and there's an offensive. And let's see if it is charged to Dixon. It is. Next meeting for these two. Gordon on the 5th for South Georgia Tech. And Gordon is also the opponent next for Albany Tech. So both teams have Gordon next. Jets face them on the 5th. Titans face them on the 8th. Given over to Hill, looking for his first second half points. From the elbow, Williams misfires down low. Put back in by Jones. Ewing sending it to Brown, and Brown just gently places it through. Summons to Williams, back to Summons. Williams. Then Summons again, and now you got a foul on the floor. And that is going to be charged to Dixon. It'll be his second. Williams trying to toss it into the corner to Summons, taken away by Fitzgerald. Gives it to Dixon. Hill on the steal. Well, they called goaltending, but I think Vale actually tipped it in on their behalf. Unintentionally, of course. Turning it into a 41-37 advantage. Brown drawing the foul on the left side. Dwight Brown going to the strike. And that'll be the first made free throw by the Jets. 28 minutes into the game. Didn't take a free throw in the first half, and Ewing missed the first two in half number 2. Brown goes 1 of 2. Hill will retrieve it in the corner. Into the ball game is Londarius King from the Titans. King with some limited first half minutes. He was on the floor for 3 minutes, 54 seconds in half number one. Hill going to the stripe, trying to pick up his first second half points. Averages 26 a game. Obviously, that's about 13 and a half. Picked up 14 in the first half, but has been quiet in half number two. Ewing coming out of the game and Bond back in. Bond in the first half, 4:36 on the floor. And in those 4:36, 0 for 1. Trying one shot from the floor. Over to Brown. Brown will jam it in. 2-point game again. Hill gives to Williams. And Williams nearly wrung the garbage can. Media timeout inside 12. Nobody's had a lead bigger than 7 today, and right now it's a mere 2.
South Georgia Technical College, where we make it happen.
Whether your dream is to become a welder, a nurse, a restaurant owner, electrician, or aircraft mechanic, South Georgia Technical College can help you make it happen. SGTC has over 200 associate degree, diploma, and technical certificate of credit programs of study available. Visit our website at southgatech.edu for more information or to apply, or call 800-928-0283.
So what are you waiting for? Let's make it happen.
$11:52 left in this one in a 2-point game. Biggest lead has been 7. Dixon into the paint. Bucket counts and a foul to boot. So Dixon with a 3-point play opportunity. And an opportunity to break the 42-all tie, give the lead to the Jets. Off the rim and a foul is called. And Mabale with the infraction. And that is the 7th foul in the half, so the rest of the game Titans will shoot the bonus. King missing the front end of the 1-and-1. Mabali with it. Put back Mabali. And now a technical going to be called on Mabali. He looked to the official after making the bucket and apparently thought he had been hit. And the official said, well, in essence, tell somebody else your problems. And Mavali is going to the sidelines. And apparently did not make the shot. I thought he had hit the shot on the other end. Well, that's why he got so adamant with complaining. Because he missed the shot. Well, I'm wondering now if that was just a warning because there's no technical shot. The official definitely stopped play, did not get an indication on the scoreboard that there was a foul on Mabale. So apparently just took the opportunity to say, okay, none of that. As Mabale goes to this end of the floor and Bond goes to the strike. Well, and again, he did make the shot, apparently. And Bond makes his first of two. He'll make them both. Well, I know why I'm getting discombobulated. In the arena, the Jet score is on the left side of the scoreboard. On my scoreboard, it is to the right. At least that's the excuse I'm using. So Mabale did get the board, did get the shot, the bucket. Did not apparently draw a foul, just a rebuke. And the Jets with a 4-point lead. Another foul. There weren't many in the first half, but there have been several, plenty in half number two. And Bod is back at the stripe shooting. Made his last two. And he makes his next two. 4 in the game for Bod. Jets go out in front by 6. Guess what? Another foul. And I believe this one charged to Dixon. That will be 3 on Dixon. Yakiman coming into the game. Dixon will go to the sidelines with his 3 personals. Jalen Jefferson to the strike. Jefferson did not make a first half venture to the line. Gets the front end of the 1-and-1. A lot of sports coming up next week on JockJive. Monday, Gadsden State, Coastal South basketball, East Georgia State, and South Georgia Tech ladies action. Tuesday, Florida Post Grads and Coastal North baseball. Another foul. Wednesday, Reed State, Coastal South baseball. Thursday, John A. Logan, Coastal North softball. Northeast Alabama, LBW softball. Pensacola State, Coastal North baseball. Jones and Coastal South baseball. Reed State and Snead State basketball. On Friday, East Mississippi Coastal North softball. Check that. On Friday, Reed State LBW baseball, John Melvin Coastal North baseball, Chat Valley and LBW baseball. Saturday of next week, East Mississippi and Coastal North softball, John A. Logan and Coastal South baseball. All within the next week. And all right here. Just additional reasons that you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Kind of acts as a means by which to keep up with everything we're doing. Not to mention, we're never going to be happy. Want more subscribers. I think we picked up about 5 or 10 in the ladies' game. Hey, we got to match that in the men's game. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do. Inside 10 to go. Stolen away by Hill. Misses the shot. The rebound. Thorns can't get the putback. Williams, I think Fitzgerald got a piece of that. Brown to Yakiman, lost it, back it goes. Missing is Jones, but then the putback good. Fed over to Brown. Into the corner, Fitzgerald. He's got another three. 17 Fitzgerald points. That is Jefferson. He'll splash in the three. Fitzgerald trying to whip it to Bond. Stolen away by Jefferson. Feeds down to Hill. And Hill will draw the Brown foul. So Dwight Brown picking up the personal. Hill with 15 in the game. Hill picking up his second foul. Hill, a 78% free throw shooter. Every game he has played in this year, he has started. Missing just one. Brandon Williams is the lone Titan to start every Albany Tech game this year. Ewing back into the game, top side, feeds over to Bond. Bond lost it down low, Jefferson's got it, goes to Jones. Hill with a miss. And it eventually winds up in Jones' hands who tips it off the glass and turns it into a 1-point game. Ewing got the look, couldn't get it to fall. Williams to Hill. Williams for three. In and out. Martellus with it. Contact near the charity stripe. And it will be initiated by Jones. Martellus will go to the line. But he'll be there after the media timeout. Inside. 7 at the 6:45 mark. We take our next to the last media timeout. In a 1-point contest, but Martellus could change that when we come back. There is David Finley. All the music, all the PA work, video board, everything that happens entertainment-wise is one David Finley. Thank you very much, David. As Hendrens Martellus heads to the stripe. Martellus with 6 points in the game. A 58% free throw shooter. Number 1 rebounder in the conference. Averaging just a smidge under 10. Goes 1 of 2 and has 7 in the game. Jefferson gets fouled. And it is Martellus who committed the personal, which means he'll have 4 in the game. Jefferson typically a 76% free throw shooter. Hits both. And you got a timeout asked for by Albany Tech. 6:36 remaining. Just a 1-point game. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catches shortstop.
Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Little competition between sides. With 6:36 to play. And I think I saw Joshua Langfeld's dad getting involved in that competition. A little dance-off here at the hangar. That is Brown for three off the rim. Rebounded by Hill. Ewing able to get a piece of it, deny Hill the opportunity for two. Offensive foul on Dixon. And he will join Martellus with 4 each. So Martellus on the sidelines with 4. Let's see if Dixon heads there with 4 with 6:08 to play. Well, it doesn't look like Coach Blauer is going to get Dixon out, so he'll continue to play with 4 personals. Jumper from Williams. Rebounded by Ewing. Dixon to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald with a team leading 17 in the game. That is Dixon for 3. He'll knock it down. 5 Dixon points. And the Jets with a 1-point lead. Out front to Hill. Slides it over to Thorns. Rebounded by Ewing. Bounce off Mabale. Ewing gets it back. Dixon couldn't get the bunny. Hill to Williams, and Williams with a walk. Out of the game, Thorns. In is Brandon Williams. Dixon to walk it down. As we get inside 5 to play. To the glass for 2, Dixon. Jets by 3. Williams working the top side, feeds to Hill. Over it goes to Williams. That is Brandon Williams. Then Jefferson off on the 3. Dixon with it. In the corner, Brown back to Dixon. Lays it up, lays it in. 9 Dixon points in the game. Hill drawing the foul and shooting free throws. He had a 14-point first half, 3 thus far in half number 2. And that is going to bring us to the last of our media breaks. 3:35 to go. Jets out in front by 5. That trio enjoys themselves here in the hangar. I've seen them at multiple games, and they're loving their basketball and their music. Working on their dance moves, choreographing their basketball watching maneuvers. Chase Hill making his first. $18 now in the game for Hill. Still 8 below his per game average. Opportunity to tie. Jones sending it to Williams, back into the corner to Jones. Stepping inside the arc with a long 3, Summons. Flip back onto the floor, but into the hands of Williams. And eventually, right back to the guy who started it, Hill. And he'll lose it out of bounds. In play to Ewing. Got the bucket. Drew the foul. With an opportunity for 3 is Ewing. One weakness to the Ewing game today in the stripe. He has struggled there. From the corner, no good for Summons. Brown back to Ewing. Jets trying to go to 3-3 in conference play. The volley. Lost out of bounds off Hill. Loose ball. Brown able to find it. Gives over to Fitzgerald. Off the rim with a 3 try. Martellus the rebound. And Jets will try to use more of that jet fuel. More of that 30-second clock. From the elbow, Dixon with a miss. Rebounded by Brown, laid in by Ewing, but the offensive. A 2-possession game. And Ewing has picked up his 4th foul. So 3 Jets with 4 fouls. Jones to Williams. Summons from the corner, and he will step out of bounds. Fortunate for Brown, he did. Brown actually fouled him, but it was after Summons had stepped out. .127 left in a 64-59 game.
South Georgia Technical College, where we make it happen.
Whether your dream is to become a welder, a nurse, a restaurant owner, electrician, or aircraft mechanic, South Georgia Technical College can help you make it happen. SGTC has over 200 associate degree, diploma, and technical certificate of credit programs of study available. Visit our website at southgatech.edu for more information or to apply, or call 800-928-0283.
So what are you waiting for? Let's make it happen.
.127 to play. Jets will bring it in from that corner. And Williams able to steal it. Knocking off Brown. Big turnover. Back out front to Hill. Jones again to Hill. You would think Hill is one of the go-to guys they're looking for. Off the rim twice, not there twice. Brown with it. And to get out of a jam, Ewing calls a timeout. Less than a minute to go. Jets hanging on to a 5-point lead. That is one Jason Carpenter, head ladies basketball coach and AD here. I got a feeling he's already thinking about Monday. By the way, right there to his left and down bleacher or two is Enola Papin. And another big ball game today. And speaking of Papin, on YouTube, got a clip you'll want to look for. It was a rocket from Sakano to Papin, and Papin with the bucket and drew the foul. 2-possession game, big possession for the Jets. They would like to run half of the game clock off and get a bucket. That would be the perfect scenario. And I think this has to do with either game clock or shot clock. Nothing has changed, however. So maybe no. Jammed in by Ewing. Well, they didn't consume the time on the clock, but who needs it? When you got the jam extending the lead to 7. Top of the key. Off and Fitzgerald with it. Another jam from Ewing. Putting on a show. Tipped away by Ewing, and Brown's got it. Williams fouling out of the game, and thus the melancholy sounds from David Finley. As to the stripe goes Brown. And the Jets are about to go 3-3 in the conference. The game's first double-digit lead. Coming with less than 18 seconds remaining. Hill with a miss, rebounded by Bartelis. And Bartelis actually going to the line shooting after the foul was committed on Bartelis by Hill. Bartelis 9 points in the game. No good from the stripe. Bartelis with the last rebound, and that is your ball game. 72-59. Jets win it 3-3 in conference play. Big win over Albany Tech. And of course, for both teams, Gordon is next. For South Georgia Tech, Gordon on the 5th. For Albany Tech, it is Gordon on the 8th. And there's your final, 72-59. Jets victorious. Thanks for watching our basketball. Hey, don't forget, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. And definitely subscribe to that YouTube channel. See you Monday right back here. Lady Jets and the Lady Bobcats. South Georgia Tech and East Georgia Tech tangle. We'll have it for you with a 6 p.m. Eastern start. For all of us at South Georgia Tech and JockJive, I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody.